Today we're going to be working on 2.4. Equations. Alright? Remember, when we're doing equations, we have to get the x or whatever variable it is by itself. Okay? So 14, we need to turn that into a 0. Right? So first step I want you to do is, this is subtraction, you add the opposite. X over 2 plus a negative 14 equals a negative 23. Alright? So now we have a negative 14. What's the opposite of negative 14? Positive 14. Alright, now, negative 14 plus 14. Different signs, so you find the difference. The difference of those two is 0. So, 0, negative 23, this is negative, this is positive. They're different signs, so you've got to find the difference. The difference of 23 and 14, do your math, 1, 13, makes this a 9, equals plus x over 2. X divided by 2 plus 0 is what? X over 2 equals 9. So, this is division. We need to turn this into a 1. How do we do that? What's the opposite of division? Is multiplication. Oops. Okay, this cancels out, this cancels out, so this turns into a 1 over 1 times x over 1 equals 18. When we do our multiplication, that's going to be 1x, which is called 1, and 1 times 1, we're going to have x over 1 equals 18, x over 1 equals x. So x equals 18. Alright? Any questions on that? Okay, here we have subtraction again. First thing I want you to do is what? Add the opposite. Alright, you added the opposite. So this is, what's the opposite of positive 23? Negative 23. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. As in the first problem I showed you, this is going to be 0. When you add 4x to 0, it's going to be 4x. We're just going to leave that up now. Alright, both the negative signs, what do? You just add them, same signs. So, this is going to be 44. Is it negative or positive? Bigger sign is negative, so we keep it negative. Alright, now, we're at this step. We got to turn this 4 into a 1. This is what's the opposite of multiplication? Is division. Remember, keep on thinking opposites. So this is multiplying by 4, so we get divide by 4. Divide by 4, divide by 4. X equals 11. Is it negative or positive? Remember our rules. When you times anything, when you times two opposites, it's always a negative. So it's the same thing with division. We're dividing by opposites, so it's always negative. Remember, every time you see a subtraction, add the opposite. I want to see that on your homework until you guys can remember that this is going to be, when you see a subtract and a negative, it's always positive. Once you start seeing that, we can stop doing that. But for right now, I want to see it. All right, we'll do one more. All right, this is addition, so we don't have to do nothing to it. What's the opposite of positive 8? Negative 8. So that's going to be 0. Different signs, you find the difference. The difference is 0. So we know that's 0 now. 3x plus 0 is 3x. All right. We have same signs again. So if we have same signs, what do? Straight add them together. Both negative. Keep the bigger number. The bigger number is 22. Not the sign. We're not looking at the sign. We're just looking at the number itself. We're looking at 22 and 8, not the negative sign. 22 is bigger than 8, so we keep the negative. Alright? So now, we have multiplication again. What's the opposite of multiplication? Is division. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Turns into a 1, turns into 1. Remember what I said? 1 over 1 equals 1. 1x equals just, we can rewrite it usually just a plain old x. So, 30 divided by 3 is 10. Is it going to be negative or positive? Now, this is the thing again. When you're multiplying by different signs, it's always negative. So the same rule applies to division. We're dividing by different signs, so it's always negative. As simple as that.